G'day everyone. Well, today I've got a little bit of a different video for you, just for it to change it up a little bit. As you can see, I've got a new Milwaukee tool, and I'm going to do a bit of a review on it. Anyone that knows me knows I love my Milwaukee tools. I've got all of my power tools are Milwaukee. I really love the reliability and the power of them. I do have the 12s and the 18s. Sorry for my dogs in the background. They're running them up. Hey guys, I'm trying to do a video. Now, like I said, I do have a lot of Milwaukee tools. Now, I know Milwaukee, one person will say Milwaukee's the best. The next person will say DeWalt's the best. The next person, Milwaukee's just what I like to have and what I've always used, and I've got a heap of their batteries and chargers, so I stick with Milwaukee. But I do love them. I find them really reliable for everything that I do. So there's obviously a larger inflator, which is the 18 size, but I don't need that. This is just for my Commodore's tyres, which I just want to top up from time to time. I usually obviously do that when I get petrol or fuel for the car. I try and stay on top of that with my tyres. But I've always wanted one of these just at home, just to, when I wash the car, top them up, or if I have a little bit of a flat tyre in case of an emergency. I do a lot of long trips and fishing, as you guys will know. Maybe I can always chuck this in the car and take it with me. It's a tool that I've always wanted to get. It's one of those things that it's on the to buy list, but it's not, urgent to buy. And I've finally done it. So they had a bit of a sale recently where you got a free battery with it as well. And even though I've probably got half a dozen of these little 12 batteries, I thought, why not? It came with another one. So that's actually been on charge overnight. And yeah, so here we are. So I have the smaller of the two Milwaukee tire inflators. So obviously this one is tool only, and it fits all the M12 batteries. I'm really excited about this. Is so cool. It's very much a luxury item. Obviously, you can just go to the local petrol station and get do your tires, but it's so nice to have one of these just at home. So let's there's a bit of a look at the box. As usual, I love the Milwaukee boxes. I don't know, there's something about Milwaukee. I love the red and the black and everything, and I don't know, I just love Milwaukee tools. Okay, so let's have a little bit more of a detailed look at the box. Okay, so I guess we'll just start having a quick look at one of the battery boxes here. So this is one of the compact ones. You can obviously get I think they're called extenders. It might be this one. Is that right? Maybe that's the extended one. I'm thinking it's those ones, which have a lot more juice in them. But these little ones are great. I'm really sort of going a little bit more towards the 12 volt ones, just because they're smaller and lighter. I'm not doing, I'm not building houses or anything, so just doing work around the house. And the 12 ones are pretty good. But yeah, these are really cool, and it was great that this one came with a free battery. Batteries and chargers are one of the killers. All right, so yeah, let's have a proper look at the box here. So there's the front, obviously. So I'll put this on the side. What it comes with. So it comes with the skin itself, the press to chuck, the shredder chuck. I'm not sure what it's going to have actually attached to it. Guys, hey! Oh my god, one of those days. Inflation needle and inflator nozzle. So obviously that's got you covered for pretty much everything you're going to be inflating, in inverted commas. There is the top of the box. Sorry, hang on, just let me do this. And one of the joys of having small dogs. So yeah, there's the top of the box there. What else have we got? And that's really about it, besides the good stuff on the back here. So there's your specifications if you're really interested. I really like the hose length. That's going to be more than enough. Now the gauge accuracy is quite interesting. It's plus or minus 3%. I would like that to be plus or minus 1%, but look, 3%, I guess, for something like this isn't too bad. Now the weight, the tool itself, the weight 1.4 kilos, so it doesn't weigh too much, and it's not too big either, which is good. And yeah, it can go up to 120 psi, which is a lot more than what I wanted to use it for. All right, so here's some of the details. So it's got the high efficiency motor and pump. So I think this one really is going to be the one most people would use. I don't think not as many people are going to need the larger one. I guess the larger size one will do things a lot quicker, which is probably a bonus for some people. I have heard that these vibration, well, a stand, but it has some feet on the bottom that are really good and stops any vibration with it. It has the auto shut off, which is good, so you can just sort of set it and leave it. The digital display, and yeah, it's got the hose storage on the back, which is pretty cool, and it tells you there the rest of the stuff that's got happening. But yeah, pretty simple. It's not the most technologically advanced thing. It's just a tire inflator, but I just wanted to give you a bit more of a look at it in detail. So let's open it up, have a look inside. Okay, so the first thing I noticed is it was packed really well in there. Really well. More so than a lot of other Milwaukee tools that I've gotten in the past. Now, obviously, quite often you go into a shop and you might buy a Milwaukee tool, and it's just on the shelf, depending on what you're buying. And when they do come in a box, they're usually packed pretty well, but this was actually packed really well, I have to say. It comes with a nice manual here. I'm guessing like some kind of warranty card as well. Some technical information. And now I am actually going to read these ones for a change, because something like this, just to make sure, it's not going to overheat and stuff like that. And it comes with one of these cool little catalogs, which you might have seen before, but sometimes you don't really get these unless you actually get one of the newer boxes. It's really cool. That's going to be some nicer reading. A bit of tool porn. Okay, so yeah, so here's the unit here. Oh man, I love Milwaukee stuff. It just feels so solid and feels great. And as soon as you put it down, oh, those rubber feet, you can tell it's actually got some really good anti-vibration feet on it. Cool little unit, not too big, not too small. And here's the look on the back here. Aha, now here's a good little warning on the back here. So I guess it's saying ideally don't use this to pump up your tyres in the rain. I guess that makes sense. But more so than anything else, 10 minutes after each use, 10 minutes and 10 minutes of continuous use. So it can overheat if you're really pumping the tyres hard. So yeah, that's something to be mindful of. I had heard that before. It can sort of overheat if you're doing really big tyres and big loads. Giggy. And so there's the attachments on the back and the hose there. Packs really nicely away. Oh, this is such a cool little unit. Such a cool little unit. Okay, so I'm not really going to bother taking you through all the manuals and stuff like that. So just a bit of information before we actually go to start using it and stuff. I'm using this on my Commodore tyres. I usually just fill them up at the petrol station. So I'm pretty sure they're, I mean, who knows how exactly accurate their air pump and compressor setup is. But I usually run my tyres at 40. So what I'm going to do, I actually only just put them up a couple of days ago. What I'm going to do is I need to actually get some fuel. I'm going to pop round to my local petrol station that I go to. Shout out to my local BP out here in Melbourne. And I'm going to get on the tyre inflator and I'm going to drop my tyres to 38. And I think that's going to give me a bit of a good idea of how accurate maybe this is, or that is. I don't know, one of the two. But yeah, I'm going to drop them all down to 38. And then I'm going to come home and we'll chuck the battery in it, turn it on and get it all set up. And I'm going to try getting it to 40. And then I'm going to go back to the petrol station. I've got a few things to do today. I'm going to go back to the petrol station. I'm going to check the tyres again and see what the reading is compared to their setup. And I'm hoping when I do that, it's going to be sort of, yeah, you know, good circle of life. I'm going to come home with 38s. This is going to tell me I'm on 38. I'm going to pump it to 40. I'm going to go to the petrol station. It's going to say I'm back at 40. That'd be so cool. I just love the idea of having one of these at home and, you know, just whenever you feel like it, you know, you're doing a bit of gardening or maintenance on the car or washing it or something, just pump up the tyres to the level you want. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, what do you guys think of the tool itself? Like I said, I'm a bit of a Milwaukee tragic, so I'm not saying that they're the best tools ever invented or you have to have these and there's no alternative. I just like Milwaukee. Always have. All right, so the next step, I'm going to chuck the battery in it, and well, I'm going to go just have a quick look through the manual on that, make sure there's no other warnings. I don't think there will be. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, cast an eye over that, chuck the battery in, and then I will meet you guys out at my car and I'll show you the tyres that I use and we'll have a bit of a go at inflating them. Okay guys, so just to show you the tyres I'm using, I run Bridgestone Potenzas, which are the REO 500s. These ones in particular are 245 by 45 R18 100V. See here. The tyres aren't super clean at the moment, so sorry about that. But yeah, let's get these machine hooked up and give it a crack. Now what I did was I changed my mind. I put my two backs to 36 to actually give me quite a bit more testing room. Let's see how that goes. And I left the fronts on 40. Now this machine apparently doesn't deflate. From what I quickly read, it only inflates. So if it's already at 40 and I set it to 40, it shouldn't inflate at all. It should just sort of sit there. So yeah, I'm going to turn the machine on. Let's have a look at it. Okay, so I've got my battery charged. Battery is in there. Let's turn her on. Ooh, very nice screen. Nice and bright. I like how it has the battery indicator. Very cool. So I'm on PSI, so I presume we just go to where we want it at. Okay, now I'm going to obviously take my cap off and put this on, so just excuse me for a moment. Alright, so I've got my connection on. Now it does, I think maybe lose a tiny bit of air as you put this on, but it's not too bad. That's pretty cool. So I set it to try to get the reflection out of this. I set it to 36 at the petrol station. It's saying 36.5, so that's pretty close. So I've set it to 40 and now we just press this button here, I believe. That's really loud. I'm going to let that do its thing and I'll come back. Alright, now this is my other rear tyre. I pumped this one up to 40. It said exactly the same, 36.5. Now I'm going to show you, as I took the thing off, I reckon it went down to 39. Oh no, that was fine. Alright, so it doesn't take long to go up the 4 PSI. Not long at all, so yeah, really quick. It is quite noisy, but as you would expect. But very cool. So now I'm going to put it on the front tyres and make sure that we'll see what the reading is with those. Alright, so the front tyres I had left at 40 and it's saying 39.5, so legitimately they're probably at maybe 40, but I'm going to go up the 0.5 anyway. So that was very quick. Alright, so I'm very happy with that. They've all come up as 40. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pop back to the petrol station now and just chuck it on that machine and see what it's reading as. I'm guessing it's going to say 40 or possibly a little bit over. I think this was pretty close in comparison to what the compressor was at the fuel station. But I'll check back with you in a few moments and we'll find out. Okay, so I went to back to the petrol station, used their big compressor. All of the tyres came up as 39, except one of them came up as 40. So look, I think when you put the adapter on and off, you sort of do lose a little bit of air out of it. I reckon it's I don't know if it was because of that or this is just that little bit off. So maybe this is that sort of 0.5 to 1 off. I mean, it did say up to 3%, was it? I can't remember if it was on here or yes, plus or minus 3%. So I mean, it's not too hard to figure that out. If I'm doing them at 40 and 10% is 4 and half of that is 2 and a bit less is 1, then that's simple maths. Sorry, maths is never my strong point, but that's how I sort of quickly do things. That sounds about right. So I'm really confident in this because if I, obviously 40 is a little bit higher inflation than my tyres need to be. But that's generally what, I like to run them at. They do go down a little bit. So if this was at 39, that's more than adequate for my tyres anyway, which is fine. If I was that worried, I'd probably set this to 41. I'm actually going to try this out on some friends' cars and family members' cars in the future and see if the same thing happens to those cars as well. I love how quick this was. Is it as noisy as whipping out one of your air compressors? Look, honestly, it's probably a little bit quieter. It's reasonably noisy as compressors are, but it wasn't too bad. Yeah, when you have it on, but not super noisy and pretty damn quick. Obviously, I only did two of the tyres by 4, and the other ones were fine. And if I can just turn it on again, as you can see, didn't use really any battery power for that. It does say to let it cool down after 10 minutes of work. I probably, I should have actually timed it, but I think going up those 4 PSI was probably only around the 12 seconds mark, maybe 15 seconds, something like that. Yeah, hardly took any time at all. I think if you were doing a tyre from 0, then yeah, okay, that's going to take a while, and you're probably going to maybe a couple of tyres, it's going to need a break. But I love the size of this. It's small, lightweight. You can easily fit this in the car when you go away on holidays or fishing trips, which is what I might do. It's good having the small battery. You can obviously fit the higher capacity batteries under and clip it in, and has the battery down here. I really like the back. It has all your adapters. I mean, again, for holidays, if you're inflating stuff, it's got all the adapters. I love how it wraps up. It looks great too. It looks really cool. I certainly wouldn't leave this sitting around anywhere when you go on holidays, because someone will probably nick it. Because it just looks so damn good, and who doesn't love Milwaukee? Yeah, I love this product. I'm so happy I finally got it after all this time. I'm just gonna, be able to top up my tyres whenever I feel like it. It's a bit of an extravagance, but so cool. Very happy with this. Yeah, so as I said, I got it on sale with a free battery, which was a big bonus. But yeah, I do have a few of these batteries anyway. But I think if it didn't come with a look, if you didn't have Milwaukee stuff already, then I'd probably go there's a lot of cheaper options out there. But if you've already got the Milwaukee stuff like I've got, I think it's a pretty damn good option. You'll be able to do your wheelbarrow tyres, car tyres, truck tyres, whatever kind of stuff really you're going to need to do. You can do kids stuff, you can do bikes. It does everything. How cool is it? Yeah, really love this, and really happy I bought it. So thanks for watching this. I'm sorry the video's probably gone a lot longer than what you expected. I want to give you a good thorough review of it and give it a good test out. So yeah, my video is obviously a lot longer than a lot of other people's. And look, there's guys out there that time it and they do the temperature readings and all that kind of stuff. And they're a lot quicker than mine. So yeah, go check those out. But I wanted to give you a really good test out. And yeah, I tend to like to be very thorough in my videos. So I hope you'll check out the rest of my channel. I've got a really wide variety of videos on here. And I hope you've enjoyed this one. Let me know if you end up getting this and how it works for you and how accurate it is. I'm looking forward to trying it on some other vehicles. And I might see... I reckon next time I go to my mechanic, he's got a very good reader, and I might do the tyres before I go there and then get him to have a look at exactly what my readings are on my tyres and get a bit more accurate reading. But yeah, very happy. It's pretty damn accurate. I mean, it's within 1 PSI or half a PSI, I reckon. Pretty damn good. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you a video soon. Bye for now.